Hi, Carol here, and thank you so much for joining me in my craft room today. Here's the Bokeh envelope that I made last week, and because I've had the flu, it was a little difficult for me to edit a video because laryngitis kept coming in and out. And see, yeah, my voice hopefully will get through this edit. So here I've made another envelope with my 130-pound cardstock because I found the one that you order in bulk right here to be quite, like, I don't know, maybe a 65-pound weight. So I started out thinking, okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add some gold circles. This will save me time from doing the entire card with the bokeh effect because I already have circles on there. I take out my Pan Pastels, which I did on the envelope. I wanted to keep it somewhat the same, you know, to have the bokeh effect. Now, excuse me, I added the circles here, and the funny thing was, which I want to explain right off the bat, is I was working with the 130-pound weight cardstock, really heavy. I had to stop and cough there, so I'm back. I took the fixative here so that when I dust this later with the Pan Pastels, it will not move and I'll keep that nice vibrant color. I took my dauber and my color box white ink, which is amazingly white. It is a beautiful ink. I added some more dots over top, and I really like this. I'm going to put this as the back of my card. And I grabbed some of my Martha Stewart embossing powder and went over the circles just to give it the same vintage look. Then I took the back of my pencil that had the nice white eraser and added some more small dots on top of the gold just to diffuse the gold look. And here I'm adding my blush brush and I'm taking the Pan Pastels. I'm going over it just to give it a little bit of, to take some of that white out. Now here I'm using my large roll of Suquang double-sided tape, and I'm going to add it to the back of this 120-pound cardstock that I made the exact template as the 65-pound weight one that you get in bulk. That has this seat right there. And I was going to cover that line that you see across there because I scored it in the wrong place. So that's what I did here. But I had to switch up. I had to cut it off right there because the 130-pound or 40-pound, I can't remember the weight of my heavy cardstock, it was way too bulky. I could not work with it. So what I did is I grabbed the 65-pound, the original one. I stuck this weighted bulk on the back of that finer, thinner weight cardstock right there. And yes, another email. I apologize. I can't help that when I'm editing. And I carry on. Now, you know I like my cards to be very weighty. I do not like a lightweight card. So now I will bulk up the front. I've got the back done. This is the funniest thing ever. Look at, I wanted to show you how you could take a piece of vellum and trace on your iPad, not thinking here that every time you touch it, it's an iPad. It just jumps all over the place. I was doing that mainly for you, that maybe you could try that with your iPad. But what I would do is I would take a pic with your iPad, and then from that pic, because it won't move then because you've already got a still shot, then put your tracing paper or your vellum, works nicely, over top, and you can trace it. Now, I love to draw, so I just looked at the picture from my iPad that was in front of me and went ahead and drew it out. That was solely for you. Thank you, Carol. Don't do it that way. I'm just telling you right now, don't do it that way. You have to take a pic of the pic that you see if you Google the picture. I wanted a polka girl, and that's what I have here. And the funny thing was with that picture, which I'll show you in a minute, it had no face. Watch, look at that. It's all black. There it is. Oh my, Carol, maybe I'll slow that down just a minute. There, I showed it really slow, but it kind of messed up the edit, but that's okay. You won't hear anything until right now. So I moved forward. I'm taking my Copic marker and I'm going over this image. Now I really do like that black and white look with just the smile on there. I've never seen anything like it. It eliminates the fact, if you don't draw, to have to draw a face on it. Now I wish I have skipped the face and drew it out like a normal face with with an actual face feature. But anyway, I stuck to the plan the way it was before. And what I did here, this is I'm just testing out that pen there, the white jelly pen. Look how beautiful it goes against the vellum. It's really nice, and it's just a normal white jelly pen. So I have the smile in there. See how I'm doing that really fast with the Copic, and it's the 110 black. So I decided to add eyes, and it just looked spookier. So as I was doing the dots and I'm looking up at the face, I'm going, what is with that? I'm going to add some eyelashes. Oh my, yes, leave well enough alone, Carol. I'm looking at the picture and I'm thinking, yeah, okay. But you know, if you go this far, it would be a little difficult, I think, to add a face up there, because I'm just showing you. I'm putting it over top of my card base to see what color I'm going to have to use with the Pan Pastel to be able to see through the vellum, which is 40-pound Stampin' Up! Vellum. And I had to make this quite dark here. I added a little bit more. I don't know if you see it right here. I just put it over top. See how it's hard to see? So I decided to turn my vellum over and actually buff the vellum on the back of my drawing. The reason that I liked this polka girl here is I liked that black and white feature, to not have to actually draw in a lot of elements and just leave it with the black and white. And if you don't draw, it would be wonderful to just trace it out on your vellum or tracing paper to put on the front of a card. And because I love to draw, I used to sit for hours and just draw like this and cartoon and things. So it was a nice card for me, and I needed to have a polka girl because it was let's bokeh. Yeah, play with words there. And it brought my Polish Ukrainian in me out. And I used to listen to a lot of polkas. My dad loved to play polkas. Yes. So anywho, yeah, so we're moving along. I've dusted the back with my Pan Pastels. I've darkened up the cardstock, and now I am thinking, and then I cut it out here so that it would be set back in. Just another little feature in the card. And I'm adding some glue dots to hold that vellum down on the front. And I really like the way it came out. And I've got my little bee dies there, the circle dies. I was going to cut out some more acetate and some more vellum circles, but I grabbed my Martha Stewart circle cutter, and what I was showing you right there is I took a black magic marker and I went around the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-inch placement so I could quickly just spin it and get my circles out here. And I knew, it has all different sizes in there, but I wanted to know 1 through 5, and now I can quickly look at it because I traced over it with magic marker. I'm setting in my cutter right there, and I want to get a lot of little ones out there and a large 5-inch one, which you'll see for the inside of the card. And this is quick and easy, and I actually forgot that I had it. Isn't that terrible? Because we're so used to running dies across. So I pull back my mat here, and I decide I needed some more space to make these circles, and especially the 5-inch one on that small cutting board that I had before. There you go, you just spin it, and now I put it inside and did a 5-inch one right here. And look how quick and easy peasy that is. And you just get this at Michael's. Has 3 refills on the inside, and they place, you don't lose the refills because they're inside that little pouch. Amazing. And here's my little bee letters. I love these letters on here. I love that the magnet comes with this set, and it closes magnet shut. It's a wonderful. I love little bee. I love their dies. Just beautiful. These wonderful letters. I love the little bee dies. I run them through my Vagabond, and looky. Yes, I'm running out of air. This flu bug has really got to be. Anyway, yes, I am putting the letters all back. Please be patient with me here. I really wanted to get this out, and while I still had my voice. And look at that. Isn't this set wonderful? On the left of the little bee dies, you get everything that is in the set. The magnets are already on there. Look at them right there. Look at, just beautiful. Little bee. Yes, I have the collection. I collect them. That's how nice they are. So anyway, here I am putting Let's Bokeh. Now I'm trying to figure out, yes, I'm going through the process. Okay, where do I put the bokeh? Because it's, it has 5 letters. And then I did take, see that little apostrophe right there? I end up taking that out. It ends up too big for me. And I take the circle and just draw it out. And now you've got to have polka dots. Bokeh dots. Yes, bokeh. It's such a nice, the bokeh technique is so pretty in any cards. And I really enjoyed it. So I took all the letters and I took my Copic multi-liner. It's my 0.03. And I drew all the little circles on it there for you. Yes. And actually I ran down the stairs to answer the phone, and that's why I'm out of breath. So here I'm drawing out the apostrophe. Yeah. And isn't that pretty? And then I move on. Yes. It's a long process, but you know what? It is worth it in the end. Now, I want to tell you about this Elmer's glue dot. 5,000 extra fine glue dots inside this little machine at the dollar store for $1.25. 5,000 glue dots. I wanted to kind of show you close up because they're nice, and they're a nice round glue dot, but very thin. So check out your dollar store because, yeah, I bought a few of them. That's 5,000 glue dots. You just take your pokey tool and take them off the back. So guess what? As soon as you see my micro brushes come out, it is time to do some wonderful, oh, there it is there, some wonderful alcohol inking. I love my alcohol inks. Now, alcohol inks look nice on vellum, just as nice as they do on acetate. You can get some beautiful, beautiful looks from alcohol inks. But first I'm going to take my archival. Yes, these ones I haven't even unpackaged yet. And I love archival ink because you can use your Copics and color on them. So here we go, alcohol fun. Look at that. You can color with them. I just dropped it on another vellum piece of paper. And look at there. It's just beautiful. So many wonderful effects, especially with the blending solution. Here I did not get the blending solution out. I didn't need it because the objects were so small. I just kept adding dots of this 4 colors. A blue, 2 different purples, and a gray. Dark gray, actually. And I just kept adding it, taking my micro brush. And my micro brushes, if you haven't watched my videos before, I get them from a dental office I used to work in. And yeah. And so here I'm stamping it with my Stampin' Up! Inks on the vellum to match my card, the same flowers from Altenew. And it is the flowers are 3 stamper and the leaves are a 2 stamp system. Really pretty, and I used it on the 5-inch piece of vellum there. So I had the same look when you open the card as what you have on the envelope. And I had that mask left over from the envelope. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to take some clear embossing powder just to heat set it so I don't smear it because it is vellum and I didn't want to risk it. And now I am just putting my little round circles to see what am I going to do with the layout. How am I going to do this bokeh card? So we're winding down to the card base, and I'm trying to decide what am I going to do with the acetate and the vellum. And I'm starting to put a little bit away as I'm looking at it. And I put them all around. This is what we do. Should I put it in the front? And that was, no, that didn't look good. So I opened it up, I put my flower down the 5-inch circle, and I thought, okay, after I heat set it here with some clear embossing powder, I will see what those circles look like going on the actual sheet here with the flower, and that wasn't a good idea either. But if you watch my videos, you know if I do a vintage stock card, I like to do the outside, the inside, and the back side of all my cards. I don't know, I just can't leave paper alone. Yes, so there's my stamp of approval stencil, and these are my favorite things, some new sets I haven't used yet. And I was thinking maybe I could use that on there, but no, as soon as I put that stencil up, I knew that was going to go on the front. So here I round up those circles and put it with the flower, and that's, no, too much going on right there. I couldn't do that. But I did see that empty space above there, and I thought that's exactly where these are going to go. And there's my Elmer glue dot thing. The reason why this machine's so wonderful, it works on paper by just pushing it down, and then the glue dot comes out. But it won't do it on a shiny surface, so it was nice. I pushed it down, and then I grabbed it with my pick, and I used it on the back of these vellum pieces and the acetate. So here I did some freestyle alcohol inking the edges of this big 5-inch round circle, just letting it flow out. And look at that. I still want to put them on there with that flower. Yeah, sometimes your mind just gets set on something, but that isn't good. I put it back. You can't put big elements on there all together like that. That does not show well when you open the card. So back they go on the top. And then I grab my pencil with that nice white eraser on the end, my color box white, and I just grab it and put some dots all the way around. Those dots give it some bokeh effect, draw the eye away from the actual, circles being by themselves. And then I get this brilliant idea. I'm going to add grapes. Isn't that crazy? I made grapes. Now, what grapes in that flower? I guess it was the purple flower, I felt like grapes. So I just added a whole lot of little dots, and I heat set it so it would dry quickly. Grapes. Go figure. I won't put the dots there, right? But I'll put grapes on there. So I added some little stems on the grapes. I don't know what I was thinking here. And I grabbed a few glue dots to make sure that those round circles wouldn't come off, my little bokehs. And then I grabbed that box of the strips of glue. What it is, yeah, I'm putting everything away. I'm looking again. Okay, what am I going to do? Yes, Carol, just put it down. That's the back. Okay, I've got grapes. Now where do I put them? Oh, there's my box of that tape runner I get at Michael's. The glue dot, it's like a glue dot, but it's in a strip form. See them there in front of me right at the bottom? They come in 4 big sets of those strips, and you just peel them off and put them on. I used them on my last card. They're wonderful too. And you get those at Michael's. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this card. And the last and final thing, I grab a paper towel, set it inside so that I can use the stamp of approval. I love this stencil, don't you? And I grab some of my stencil paste, and it is really glittery paste. I love it. And I wanted to make it thin and thick. I added it, then I released my hand and added more so it had some bulk. I did not want it to be even. I wanted it to have some thickness and some thinness to it, just to have some texture. I think it added to the front feature of it, and I'm just grabbing my paper towel to clean around it because as I kept going, I wasn't cleaning the paste off of the stencil. and I was getting, I'm trying to zero in so you could see what I was doing there, just slopping it on and bringing it up, and it gave you a nice thick feature of bokeh. Yeah, it's my shimmer paste. Isn't it pretty? So there you have it, my friends. We are finally finished. You have a lot of textured elements. Isn't that pretty? I just love the way that those that shimmer paste came out, all different textures all the way up the little circle. Really pretty. Then you open it up and you have grapes. I'm sorry, I don't know where grapes came. Yeah, I don't know. I must have felt like grapes. But anywho, yeah, there's the card. I wanted to show you how different it was when you set it down. Thank you always for joining me on my videos. I really appreciate it. I'm going to leave you once again with some pictures of the card and the envelope. And thank you very much for subscribing and your wonderful comments. They make my day when somebody leaves me some encouragement. And I will see you on the next card. I am going to do some stenciling. I'm going to do some clean and simple cards. Over on Stamp Nation, they're having a challenge, and I am going to enter some cards over there. So we shall see you then, and take care, everybody. Have yourself a blessed week, and enjoy the pictures at the end of this video. Take care now.